everybody, it's Linda, and it is March 15th. Today is my baby boy's birthday, 10 pounds, 1 ounce. Needless to say, I had to side saddle it from then on. He was a big kid, and when he was born, he was, it was so funny. He ended up being all my kids, including my daughter. They're all wonderful, wonderful kids. Nicole was 16 when my first son came. And all the kids did really good. So I'm back here to, first of all, talk about the shootings that happened in New Zealand. Everybody, please say a prayer. I lit some candles this morning. It's just so tragic how mankind can be. And that's all ego sense, because conflict makes you feel like you're important. Identifying yourself as something and that you're better than others it's not good. So I just feel total shock by these people because they thought they were in a safe space, unlike Australia. So he came all the way over from Australia to kill these people. So I don't know if there's more than one because they hit 2 of them. Well, you know, there's a lot of people that hate Americans. So, I mean, that was 9/11. I'm just saying that when you're alone and with yourself, be sure to breathe and be sure to try to be as present as possible. And by being present, it connects you to that energy that's beyond you. Eckhart Tolle talks a lot about, you know, coming out of your form, coming out of the ego, and being in the now, in the presence. And a lot of people have trouble with that because your mind's always racing and, you know, why do I want to sit here like this? Why do I want to be here? Because energetically it connects you to something higher. That's the only part he doesn't say. That's the part that I'm living. There is a force beyond words that can fulfill you more than anything outside of yourself. As we're so busy living, well, even right now, as soon as Trump goes, we'll be happy again. But it's a little more powerful than that. We're going to have to know that things will take place, that things are going to happen, and we need to just be in that contentment of the presence. Thank the universe before it even gets here and allow. And then everything's going to work out really good. I've had several dreams about even talking to some people. And I remember one, there was a statue, like a Mayan statue. And I looked at the statue and I said, watch this. And boom, it blew up into a brilliant light. And I said to these people, you see, there is such a thing as God. And another time I was in a T Ford heading up. Somebody said, well, all you people in this car have died, and you're heading up to the master. And I was sitting in the car, and then they said, well, somebody is going to get to go even further. Someone's going to go directly to God. And I started to dissipate like I did, like you do on Star Trek, you know, where they just disappear. I was watching my body dissipate, and in that moment, I was like excited because I was going to get to go directly to God. Of course, this is when I was living as a crazy woman, so that was a weird dream to have. Maybe it just meant that, you know, that one day I would wake up. But that's what changed my life, you guys. Waking up, being whole, being connected. I don't care if it's Buddha, whatever you believe in. Believe in something. And know nothing outside of yourself will make you whole. That kingdom of heaven is within. So as we continually worry and we keep going in that circle, it's not doing any good for you. Okay? All right. So I have so many. Listen, I might not even be able to get back to all of you guys because it's so crazy. But I've got some more more things I have to address. Okay, people were asking about Judge Ellis, the man that turned around and let Manafort, you know, he gave him, what, so many months? Because white crime, that's how it is. He's a bit of a pisshead, and of course, it's not for me to judge him, but I see other judges talking, or they're looking, maybe even encouraging him to retire. I just feels like it's putting too much attention on that court. So that is going to happen. I can guarantee you. He'll be retiring soon. But was he paid off? That's what people want to know. Did someone get to him like they did that senator that was going to vote against Trump, and then because he believes in separation of those type of powers for the United States president, and then he even wrote about it, then he changed his mind. What can I tell everybody about Judge Ellis? Is he crooked? Yes or no? Yeah, he's going through a lot of hassle. Yeah. No, he's just kind of pompous. He thinks he knows it all. And he was out to show the special counsel that he'll do what he wants to do. I don't know why he has such an itch up his butt. He's disapproving of people not... I don't know, he relates to Manafort a little bit. But no. And you know the cards were very sad for Manafort. I don't care what happens. I don't know if Trump would give him anything, but I do know that New York is going to get him pretty good. Now, y'all were asking about Tiffany Trump. How's she doing? Nobody ever mentions her, and she's a very wise girl. She just stays the hell out of Dodge. She doesn't want to have anything to do with it. So tell me about Tiffany Trump. What can you tell me about Tiffany Trump? She'll be glad when all this is over. She's keeping away. There's some heartache here with the father, interesting enough. She's going to end up making a good life for herself. She might even get married here pretty soon. She has some issues, but she's a little bit more... I think her mom is protecting her, making sure that she, you know, stays out of this limelight. She does love her dad, but I got to tell you, he didn't. I don't feel he's been there for her. I could be wrong. But anyway, yeah, she has the bird of paradise on her shoulder as her outcome card. So her life will actually be good, but she's looking forward to the ending of all this. And it feels like there's news of an ending. I wonder if he's getting kicked out or whatever. So, okay, now, everybody, I'm going with the ones that more than one request. It wants to know, will a volcano go off in Seattle? Will there be a volcanic explosion in Seattle? Yes or no? I just got a text from someone saying we're getting ready to have a good-sized earthquake, so we shall see. My ears aren't ringing. Usually if my ears ring, yeah. I remember sitting here with a client and my ears rang and I got really nauseous and I looked at her. She goes, what's wrong? I said, there's a big earthquake getting ready to happen. And I think, you know, right after that was the Japan one, the bad one with the tsunami. So I'm not psychically feeling it. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but I can't live in fear like that. I can't be nervous. What can I tell about Seattle and a volcano? Seattle and a volcano. Well, Seattle right now is doing okay. They might have had a lot of snow or something, or there's something that they're having to put, but it's not as bad as it could be. Seattle looks okay. I'm not seeing it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but right now it's showing it's okay. Okay, so, you know what? Let's look to see if there's any other terrorist action getting ready to take place. I worked, when I was a nurse, I worked with some New Zealanders that were travel nurses. Salt of the earth, wonderful people. The one girl, her father had done peritoneal kidney dialysis using, you know, like this tubing with a bag that you would go down and you would go up with these fluids. And it was written up in Oxford magazine. And I said, oh my God, your dad's famous. And she sort of me on that because in New Zealand, it's not, if you're a braggart, you're, which is interesting because I'm sure they don't like Trump because he's such a braggart. But is there going to be any more terrorist actions coming up? Is there any terrorist actions coming up? Yes or no? Okay, let's see. All right, so I guess so. I'm sorry, you guys. Here's the tower. Here's more deaths. Something else is getting ready to happen. Might be in a place where money is made. I wonder if it's Wall Street. Some sort of battle is going to take place. I can't tell you when it's going to be, but it's definitely here. Might be this summer. So, Trump threatened everybody that if, you know, he didn't get his way, there was going to be bad trouble with the Trump on motorcycles and the military, which would not. Military goes by what the current president is. There's no way he could not get out. And I think he'll have to get out before the 2020 elections. In fact, the Bushes are announcing, George Bush is announcing he's encouraging the Republicans to find a suitable person to run against Trump, a Republican. And then did you see Trump making fun of Beto's arms? And I thought, Mr. Accordion player, he's always with the arms. I just thought, you know, with his arm, he thinks like a child. It's very interesting. This guy is just, I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, well, maybe one of my ex-husbands. Okay, now, what can you tell me? Is this declaration that Trump did actually going to affect an American? Because even these people in New Zealand or this guy, part of the reason he did this was he was agreeing with Trump. Trump's name was mentioned, so. Okay. There may be a little bit of a battle, but it's not horrible. Not as much as this big terrorist, this other terrorist action is getting ready to happen to more of a mass scale. Trump's little, it's almost like people are running away from Trump. Like they're not going to go for what he's saying. There's people that are still going to love him, but they're not going for what he's saying. Okay, now, Rona Graff. People were asking me about Rona Graff. And just want to make sure I put my notes. I won't even be able to post this till I get home tonight because if I have to post it from my home computer. I can't do it from here. Okay, Rona Graff, tell me what I can tell everybody about Donald Trump's secretary, who's been with him for years. I think they interviewed her, right? I think they interviewed her. Oh, Trump has talked to her. Oh, she knows he's a sleazeball. She just shook her head. She's almost like, I'm not going to go down because of him. Ooh. Okay, so Rona, what's going on? Are you spilling on the Trumpster? What's going on? Ooh, the tower's here. She's done some damage, you guys. She can't escape it. She's talking to them. She's actually going to end up okay because she's talking to them. People will be celebrating her, so I guess she has some information. Remember, we kept seeing a woman. Maybe I thought it was Nancy Pelosi, but this woman feels like she's done some damage. Mm-hmm. She gives everybody strength to move forward. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, Rona Graff is a plus. And, okay, so a lot of you were asking about Macron in France. What are we going to ask about him? There's been some unrest. People need a living wage. How is Macron going to do in France? Is he getting kicked out? How's Macron going to do in France? He seems to be hustling, like he's busy. See the one with the older wife? She's the one that ignored Trump that time. Oh, sorry. Macron. Yeah. He's under a lot of opposition. Ooh. It's not good for him. I'm wondering, so it looks like somebody else will take his place. Someone that loves this country and does a better job. So I think Macron will be a goner. I don't know when they vote or whatever again. But he's in a battle and he's having a hard time and he hasn't been quite truthful. So there you go, you guys. He's getting ready to... Oh, he'll still have a job that pays money, but anyway. Listen, a lot of people were asking about Neverland and about Michael Jackson. I've tried to pick up Michael recently. I can't get him. So I don't know if he's, you know, in some sort of healing thing. I'm not getting him. There was somebody else that was real famous that I couldn't pick up. I just couldn't get him. I think it was Prince. Or I got him for a bit. But anyway, so that was pretty compelling, the Netherlands thing. I wanted to ask Michael his opinion or to let us know what was going on. I'm still not seeing him. So I'm not going to comment about Michael Jackson because of that. I know the family's devastated. And like I said, it was very compelling. But Michael hasn't been able to come forward to say what happened. So Michael Jackson. And then, so I'm not going to say anything until I've talked to him. But speaking of that, I wanted to bring up, people were asking about R. Kelly. What's going to happen with him? R. Kelly. And don't worry, I have a lot more questions to ask you guys. This will be my last one. It's my son's birthday weekend, and I got a lot to do, so I'm going to kind of keep it on the down low. I'll be back next week. R. Kelly. What's going to happen with R. Kelly? R. Kelly. I know he's in trouble. Does he have like a group of women around him? I see people trying to protect him. It looks like he'll be in some trouble, but not as bad as you would think. He has to sit out something, or he might have to serve a little jail time, but it's not as bad. I see people coming forward helping him. And I think he'll even maybe pay people off. That's what I'm seeing. He's furious. Okay, you guys, well, I'm going to start working today. I have people coming in for readings. God bless you. Now remember to breathe. Just be as quiet as you can. Try to stop that muttering from your ego sense. Remember, it likes resistance because that makes us whole. If you have an opinion, a negative opinion, makes you feel special, makes you think you're all that. At the end of the day, you're not. You're just all part of this collective consciousness. Okay, you guys, you take care. Bye.